Yeah, King Kaka si madem tu. Pia miwanga na mipango. Na run streets za Naika poko meona kanjo. King Kaka, and you're chilling on Grapevine mzee. Keep it locked, car warden. Car boom.
Let's get it now. Let's get it now. Ain't nobody gotta tell you what you gotta do.
The 2014 Groove Awards Male Artist of the Year has finally released his anticipated debut album, and of course we have the highlights on that on the show this week.
Yes, we also head down to Naivasha for a peace concert. Kulikuwa na wasanii kibao sana. Back in Nairobi pia tuliwakilisha Kenya Fashion Awards.
The Galla show, and now you know why you cannot afford to miss any part of this week's show. My name is Anyiko.
Mimi naitwa Abi.
And this right here
is
Grapevine.
Ain't nobody gotta tell you what you gotta do.
Nikikwita mpenzi mpenzi mpenzi, nikikwita daddy.
Unapoanzisha hiyo career, lakini honestly, Abi, I think the success of that single inspired the next artist to name his debut album Barua za Bahati.
Yes, Anyiko, zaidi ya hiyo ni umse amebambisha sana watu kwa sababu one, he's young. Two, amecreate such a big impact within a very short while.
In the gospel music industry in Kenya, like I agree with that. And because of him, guys, we headed down to NPC Valley Road.
Yes, watu wangu, Barua za Bahati ndizo hizi.
Unasalimia jirani, unamwambia unampenda Nairobi. They call me the Mixterian. Tuna tu.
When he scooped the Artist of the Year award at the Groove Awards earlier this year, it was clear that Bahati had started the year 2014 in a high. To further prove that this indeed was his year, he recently launched his album Barua za Bahati at the NPC Valley Road. The 5-track album comes barely 2 years since the young artist burst into the limelight. Though the launch was a serious achievement by any standards, Dr. Ofweneke turned it into a laughing matter as usual.
I don't know why the devil doesn't have bass. The devil always has a very weird small voice. When the pastors are preaching for people to fall down, in Jesus' name, fire fall down. Everybody normal falls down. But there's always one group of people who never fall down. Cameramen. Now, am I trust the cameraman? Is it that you are too rude for the Holy Spirit?
And despite Bahati's grass-to-grace story being out there by now, he chose to remind those who might forget. The best way to do so was through this performance by these young ones from ABC Children's, where Bahati was raised up. This young boy in particular appeared to have been inspired by Bahati's life more than all of the others and looked keen on following on his footsteps. On Marta's comedy, this young girl engaged the crowd through a simple rendition. When his time to own the stage came, he did it in a modest way, choosing to begin with a talk, which put the event into perspective.
God bless Seju ni muholi. Na another thing nataka to believe. Nataka ubelieve unaweza kuwa ile kitu unataka kukua. Na si 10 years to come, unaweza ianza kuanzia leo.
Then he got musical. Probably for the first time, Bahati embraced a guitarist's backup. He officially unveiled his tracks one after another for the first time as part of the album. When he was done with that, there was just one more business to transact, and this is how he chose to do it. Even with the Groove Artist of the Year award and an album already realized, Bahati is not taking a break anytime soon, a positive sign for the industry.
The sky is the stepping stone. You've seen nothing yet. The sound, the performance, the presentation, everything was off the chains. And it was so brilliant. And I'm so happy to see young musicians coming over. And you know, they are emphasizing on excellence, but more so on the anointing. To me, I think Bahati is a perfect example.
This is actually the realest moment I've met in my musical career. You know, easy, and you know, this was like I was trying to set a new standard. You know, one-man launch gospel artist.
Last week ilikuwa Unisinjeri. This week ni Bahati. Inakaa ndio ile season ya album launch. Hatujui next nani, but we'll keep you updated. Sasa kama si mkwanja au biashara, tembea. Sitaki kukuona. Umse remain relevant to the local hip hop industry. Maybe ni kwa sababu anachak ma singles na ma videos, ama ni kwa sababu anachukulia muziki yake kama busy, yani kama biashara. Hatujui, ndio sababu tulikaa na yeye atuelezee.
Rabbit, Kaka Sungura, Sape, the last king of. Okay. Bad times kuja na believe me bila warning, so najipanga for the weather. Jua tour ya jioni, wanashanga vile niko kamlevi anastaga, but on a tight rope. Comments kwa wall mali na perform, wanadai mimi mdope.
Rabbit is a musician, loves music, loves poetry. Basically, simple guy who loves music.
Kuna kijana moja toka South Sea, unafaa kumwona akishika maiki, siwezi sahau hiyo sato. NTV live wire speak nikagwaya, but alini inspire.
My real name's that on the ID, Kennedy Ombema. Rabbit is just a stage name. I was given the name when I was a kid. I used to sell rabbit, so guys used to call me Sunguchi.
Okay, niko ligi, wako ligi ndogo, so wako ligi ndogo, niko ligi, wako ligi ndogo, so naishi like this, no tomorrow, niko ligi.
I loved music since I was a kid. I mean, the likes of Kofi Olomide. We used to love Galla when we were kids. Reggae, Lucky Dube, Bob Marley. But then again, when my brother started doing music, his name is Natkis, he started doing music. I was like, oh, I want to be like my brother, because he really inspired me into that.
Okay. Hello. Mambo. Uko. Aje. Basi vaka ujadunga, sangapi unadunda. Kuna mafisi hapa, mifupa utakuta. Una speak body language, sielewi hiyo lugha. Drinks on the house, sioni.
So I started writing my music. That was in Form 1, around Form 1. I started writing my music, but then I didn't have money for the studio. So let me just put this in a book, a rhyme book. I had a green book with a cover and all that. Green cover. Said one day I'll be a star.
Mupatana na excess, tukiwa na wise, tukienda ma ZZZ. Nina pili ya upunk, but ghetto kama wana lenda. Awamini spiderwebs zikishikana zinaweza funga simba. Na wa confiscate, au bado najicomplicate. Na keep it simple.
One day, I just bust a freestyle. Guys were doing freestyles in the studio, bust a freestyle. And they're like, oh, that's not your lines. To them, yeah, it's mine. And knowing that I was looking up after Chihuahua, yeah, Chihuahua told me, I dare you, we do a song right now.
So, tunaishi like there's no tomorrow.
Definition yangu aligi so sule babi twanado pula msako uko chini ule msiana haso unakula jasho yako uombi hiyo ni ligi so lazima uchangamuke ndio uingie kwa hii uko.
I don't like placing myself in a box because I can do anything as a musician, but then people tell me, my fans tell me, we love your poetry, man, because now with my poetry it speaks to the masses. The people tell me, we love your storytelling, man, because I do such songs, I do poetry, and then I do the urban music that the ligisos and the adisias and them to hivi.
Una noti na utaki kae kwa pori, unatafuta mrembo mzuri hata kupigia story. Mimi nitapigia na wiki mosh atoti. Uzuri God ana protect, anafanya na bonga kwa macho naona kwa mguu.
My theme is what I go through, or what my friends go through, or what I see. When you hear a song, like for example, Ni Mapenzi Tu with Kanana, in my opinion, I first heard the lady sing, I was like, whoa, this is amazing, this is what the industry needs. And I didn't even hesitate to lay a verse on that.
Thank you enough for being here with me. I can thank you enough for being my baby. Love, 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 love. Baby, I just want you to know that baby, you're the food to my soul. Baby, I am not letting go.
Recently, my latest work as a collaboration was with Unasi, the band, which was nice. It's a song called Sesube Dance. It's just celebrating a dance.
Yeah, okay.
People compare me with Octopizzo or whoever every day, but then if it comes down to that, we're two different artists. I have my own style, he has his own style. We can never be on the same level.
Alishatoka majuu, tunachekea na duma mziki, attitude na masimaira. Tunaomiskichizi, yule boy mkali wa klepto, oya, Nyashinski.
We have a project called Six Colors, which runs for 6 months. So what we Six Colors are doing is, we are posing the question is, at what age should we introduce family planning or contraceptives? What age is appropriate? And each and every Friday, we do forums that talk to young people, and we're just trying to get what is their thought process.
Freedom at last. Arambe, Arambe. As I partake this journey far away, home is where I desire to stay. Lord bless me and bless my way. More so, bless K-E-N-Y-A.
The journey has just begun. So much is coming in terms of Rabbit and King Kaka. So much. So Kaka Empire 2014 and beyond. Kaboom.
Yeah, okay. Nimekuwa macho nikiglance, usinipe hiyo chance. Nomina way to dance, sila kususu. Oh sorry, sesube dance.
What you gotta do? What you gotta do?
You're still watching Grapevine. Thank you so much for keeping it here. The pace at which Kenya's fashion industry is growing is encouraging. And lately, like in the music industry, the industry players in the fashion sector have started to take into award ceremonies. What this means is not just about working and strutting, but industry players are starting to appreciate those who are making a change in the industry. Last Saturday, we were at the Alliance Française for the Kenya Fashion Awards Gala show.
The cameras are flashing, models strutting, and music playing. This is the Kenyan Fashion Awards Gala Night of 2014 that took place last Saturday at the Alliance Française. Fierce and fun fashion on the runway embraced the trends of color, pop, and the African couture. This is an industry that one has to do something unique and different to stand out from the countless number of fashion designers across the globe, and Kenya is indeed coming on the spotlight. One such Kenyan designer is Niku, whose aluminium jewelry looked fashionably epic on the runway. Niku's designs have received continental recognition. Among them, he is the best male designer who was awarded at the Mercedes-Benz African Fashion Festival in Ghana this year, and the overall best designer in Africa.
Today's collection was mainly done out of aluminium. All the jewelry was aluminium, plus I made my own outfits to complement the jewelry.
Another jaw-dropping collection came from Shenu Designs, who stood out by experimenting on colors and texture combination that even the queen of the runway had fun in his piece. Designer handbags are a woman's pride, and the Leti Designs unveiled classy, elegant and stylish parade of handbags. And after so many years of conservative dressing, clothing for men has undergone a sea change to create that bold and colorful modern man, courtesy of the Afro Street collections. It is such creativity that Kenya Fashion Awards and Academy is out to recognize and celebrate by awarding various personalities who have made significant contribution to the growth of fashion industry in Kenya.
This is an idea whose time has come, and being the premier event of its kind, being the Kenya Fashion Awards, it is basically tackling all the aspects of fashion. People, let them photographers, fashion stylists, designers, models. We are there to give these people their awards and get to appreciate them.
Among those awarded on the night were the vibrant politician Orie Rogo Manduli on a special award category for always proudly carrying Kenya on her head. In her remarks, she perhaps attacked someone that we know.
I'm a proud Kenyan woman. But what I love most is the skin color that I carry, that black skin. All you need is black soap, that's all.
With over 15 designers showcasing, this was a night that marked Kenyan fashion evolution, and it is now in your best interest to discover a whole new world of clothing and accessorizing in style.
Fashion was one thing, the catwalk was another. Now the ladies. Nilijishindia nyiko by
Uko wapi lakini mimi sijaona.
Ni wengi.
Wapi uko na jokes?
Ni wengi sana.
Now guys, on the real, those are good beginnings and we're definitely looking forward to more of that. We promised you that we'll take you to Naivasha. This place has really transformed from a picnic spot to a concert town.
Yes, ndio sababu kumekuwa na a lot of festival.
Yes.
Hakuna Matata Festival. Next week kutakuwa na the Rift Valley Festival. Juzi tu tulikuwa for the Peace Concert.
Among artists who are performing at the Peace Concert is Visita, Waire and Jua Kali. Check this out.
Hii ni the campaign against terrorists, kusimamisha hiyo story at least maze tukuenele utu. Yeah, that's why we are here to represent.
Albert Einstein once said, peace cannot be kept by force. Rather, it can only be achieved by understanding. Probably the question is, what is that one thing that people understand most? The obvious answer that comes to mind is music. That well said. It's on that note that Candy and Candy Records organized a peace concert in Naivasha with a lineup of the biggest names in the music industry. Since we strive to bring you entertainment from within and across borders, we camped at Naivasha town to check out this event. Hippocamp Safari was a place to be, and the sight of camping tents ushered us into this venue, an indication that this was going to be a real experience of what we call party in the bush or in the wild. The chilly weather and the sizable crowd that showed up could not stop the party from kicking off. If it was not on stage, then the grounds offered enough space for the revelers to put their best foot forward. It was time for the people of Naivasha to sample what was in store for them from the act of the night. His first name means someone with a high rank. In this context, his name in the industry is arguably big. Well, lately, he's been dogged by a lot of love controversies. If this is a strategy to remain relevant in the game, only time will tell. Colonel Mustafa was the first act on stage. From his old to new singles, he kept his fans entertained. From Ogopa, focus shifts to yet another strong label in Kenya with the hottest talents signed in this table only one could pass to represent. Visita it was. Most of us remember him as the Dumbala hit maker. Kevin Waire, also known as the Love Child and the only R&B and reggae artist of the night, was next. Well known for his stage performance alongside Ian, his legacy as one of Africa's most entertaining performers truly reflected in Naivasha. Setting the pace for yet another music bigwig and genge monarch, Jua Kali, as usual, he gave a respectable show that left the fans truly entertained. Not only is peace integral in our country, but in our neighboring countries too, and what a better way than to incorporate artists from this region. Lady Madaha from Tanzania was the last act of the night, bringing to an end the Peace Festival.
That was a dope festival for a good cause, and I'm very happy because one of my favorite artists was performing there, Jua Kali.
Jua story, watu salute sana kwa kuocho. Shukran. Contact zetu ndo hizo hapo kwa screen yako.
You can hit us up on Facebook or Twitter. Let us know which artist you'd like us to host or which event you want us to attend. Until then, you know what they say.
If you never saw it on Grapevine, then it most probably never happened.
Lazima tukemeshe, tuambele siku ila siku.